What is up, people? It is Tragic America, Season 3, Podcast number 2. And I have some shit to talk about today, but let me start the podcast by saying I am smoking some gas. I finally got some Khalifa Kush, and I am fucking excited about it because I've been waiting a long fucking time to get it. So I'm going to review Khalifa Kush for y'all. And then I also got another strain right now that I'm going to talk about that I am vaping. Let me start out with what I am vaping, y'all. I am vaping some Big Chief Apple Bomb, 100% live resin, disposable. And I'm hitting that right now. It is a disposable vape, no carts, nothing like that. And it is awesome, awesome. Great for wake and bake. I love hybrids, love this strain. But my first hit this morning came from Khalifa Kush. Okay, now I can't find much about Khalifa Kush, but for the cannabis community, y'all, it's known as Wiz Khalifa OG, alright? It's an indica-dominant hybrid. 80% indica, 20% sativa. It is a couch lock for most. For me, it's great for wake and bake because I love the OG Kush, and this is a descendant of that insanely popular strain. Now, the exact genetics of the strain are kept under lock and key because it was specifically bred by Wiz himself, by a dispensary in San Jose, California. This dank bud boasts a powerful 27 to 29%. I've seen the 25. Now, y'all know it's not all about the THC, but this is perfect for wake and bake for me because it hits you with a hard, intense, cerebral high. For me, it's great for stimulating effects. It's great for pain. It's great to calm down my anxiety. And as you can see, I'm energetic, I'm uplifted, and I am in my creative mode. No fatigue, no pain. I'm going to have to say this is a good strain. So I definitely recommend y'all Khalifa Kush. Now for Big Cheap's disposable vape. This strain, man, similar review, okay? It's a hybrid, a straight hybrid, the strain. This cart is 78% THC. So I'm getting kind of the same vibes from the Khalifa Kush that I am from this cart. It's very energetic, uplifting, no pain. Man, mixing them both was a fucking great idea, and I feel great this morning. So that's all I gotta say about that. Shout out to Cookies. Shout out to Big Keef Carts. And with that, let me say, y'all, I want you to check out the new Berner song, Stars. I could not believe I was on YouTube yesterday, and the song only had literally 45,000 views, and it's been up for like 4 or 5 days. So I did put it in my story. I posted it on my post on Instagram. Y'all check it out, man. They talk about polka dots, mushroom bars. Shout out to polka dots. I've tried them. Great company. Spoke to the owner. Man, you guys are slipping. Stars by Berner, y'all. It's been a fucking great week this week. It has. I did get a chance to relax a lot. I got a chance to chill because guess what? We did hire somebody at West Palm Beach location, at the West Boca location. So for hiring someone at the West Boca location, I did get myself 3 days off after tonight. 3 straight days off. So I could work on content, I could work on meditating, I could work on relaxing, catching up with family, catching up with a lot of shit that I need to catch up with because I've been going 100 miles an hour for a long time and it's everything I love, so I love it, but I do have to catch up on some stuff. So let's touch on some current events, y'all. How about that? Let's touch on some current events and what's happening. They don't play a lot of things on American news. I see CNN, Fox, you got Newsmax, you got this, you got that, you got MSNBC. A lot of these channels, they have an agenda, so the latest thing I have been seeing, something that the Democrats and Republicans have finally agreed on, is we are having a border crisis. And I did speak to a border agent's nephew, and they did send a National Guard there. Ted Cruz sent the National Guard to the border. Ted Cruz, the senator of Texas, sent the National Guard to the border. We have, looks like Venezuela opened up their jails. It looks like we have Haitians coming in, Nicaraguans, Mexicans, and that's cool, man. I'm not against immigration, but it seems like the ones that are coming, they have either criminal records or they're from mental institutions. It's not looking good. And not only that, but we don't have the space, guys. They just threw out a bunch of vets in New York City, a bunch of American vets in New York City out of a hotel so they could house illegal immigrants there. And not only that, but they're getting their court dates, and their court dates aren't until 2026 or 2027. Y'all, America's not going to be able to fit these people. So now you got the Democrats and the Republicans playing games. You got the Republicans sending it to the Democratic states or Democratic lawns, literally, and you have Democrats sending it to Republican states and then busting it back and forth out of each other, and it's just crazy. And you got Title 42 and all that, and if you don't know what that is, y'all look it up. Also, y'all look up about all the sexual abuse and the human trafficking that has been going on this year when it comes to illegal immigrants, because this is horrible. And I don't know what's going to happen. You know, I keep up with current events. I try to say what I can say, but shit looks crazy, man. It looks crazy. And I'm not the only one that feels that way or the only one that thinks that way. I know it because I see it all over TikTok, all over Instagram. Everybody's talking about it at this point now. I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened, but whatever happened is happening. I know that. So we all just, what can we do but watch and see, right? That's it. I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. I just watch. And I don't just watch CNN or just watch Fox. I watch every channel and I take a perspective of everyone and then I see. And it doesn't look like we are in that good of a position as the USA. And that's all I have to say. I could be wrong. Hopefully I am wrong. Hopefully I am wrong. Saying that, what else is going on? It's funny, y'all. Someone brought up, this is not a subject I want to get into right now on this podcast, but somebody brought up to me about transgenders in sports, okay? This is an issue that we will talk about at another date, but basically it is it okay for a woman's sport, say swimming, for a man to become a woman and then beat the woman and get a gold medal? Now, me personally, I don't think it's okay because a lot of men use that as a way to win. When that person was 6th in their division and now they join a women's division and they're number 1 and they're not even transgender. Just like the trans handicap thing I was talking to y'all about. People are using this against the government. They're using this for their own well-being. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's okay. But like I said, we will get more into that at another podcast. Guys, I am so glad that I live in Florida. And I say that for many reasons. First off, I used to hate it because I love New York. I love New York to death. I love the city. I love being there. I love walking around there. I love the people. I love the goth. I love the poetry. I love the music. I always wanted a loft in Soho. You know what I mean? Just that poet, that musician, that artist, that, you know, heroin chic look, all that. But you know what, guys? I am so glad I live in Florida. I love the sun. I love the weed. I love the people. For a long time, y'all, I was only running away from myself. And it took me a long time to admit that. I remember when I was like 19, 20 years old and I was going from New York to South Carolina to Orlando to here, there, and everywhere. And my sister said to me, she was like, Tragic, you can go anywhere, but you ain't going to be able to run from yourself. And I didn't realize that until I was in prison, locked in confinement, that, damn, she was right. I can't run for myself anymore. And guess what? That's when the change started happening, y'all. Take that with a grain of salt, but maybe I planted a seed right there. We can't run from ourselves. Now, that's why I post a lot of things that I say. It's not that I'm posting it like, I know, let me tell you. I'm posting it to remind myself to focus on the good. To remind myself not to take things too personal. To remind myself to pay attention to AI. To remind myself to sleep, to meditate, to live a better life. Because guess what, y'all? We all can. Like I said in an older post, I believe I posted it on TikTok the other day, meditation does not have to be you sitting down with your legs crossed and your arms folded saying, It doesn't have to be like that, y'all, for real. Meditation can be you listening to music, walking on the beach, making love, spending time with the people you love, watching a movie. It's just clearing your mind of all the bullshit, of everything going on, of work, of the news, of the world. It's just being alone and thinking. And you could do that any way you want. I do it through my poetry. That's my meditation. It's also music. It's also just sitting in silence. It's walking. It's spending time with family. These are all ways that I meditate. These are all ways that make me feel better. These are all ways that are working. And like I said, I have to remind myself on a daily basis to continue. I've been working really hard with this project, guys. I've been working day and night, probably the past, I don't even know how long. But what I do know is I got the chance to reflect the other day. I was in the store, about to leave, ate a 1,000 milligram edible, shout out to Green Panda, and I reflected, man. I reflected in silence. We had about 3 customers. It was Mother's Day. And thank God I got a chance to talk to my mom and wish her a happy Mother's Day. And she finally got a chance to see what I was doing and she appreciated it. And that meant everything to me. And while I reflected, I started to get overwhelmed, y'all. And I teared up a little bit because I got to see everything that I did accomplish. And then after that, I got tired. I mean, literally, I got really, really, really tired. and I wanted to go to sleep. So I came home and I passed out. I passed out for about 10 hours, and I woke up and I felt better. And then I saw the schedule that I have to work one more day for 7 hours and have 3 days off, and I was happy as a pig in shit. And today, I'm going to work. I'm going to work 7 hours, and I am off 3 days, and I am going to catch up on sleep just like I did last night and the night before, y'all. So let me say this. The same way meditation is important, sleep is even more important, y'all. Now, know your body. Because me personally, I can go with 6 hours of sleep a night. Now, I used to think I could cut that up into 3 and 3 or 2, 2 and 2. And if you have to do that, you have to do that. I don't have to do that. I can go 6 hours. So I can sleep from 12 o'clock to 6 in the morning, or 1 o'clock to 7 in the morning, or 11 o'clock to 5 in the morning. Depending on what's going on, that seems to be a schedule that will work for me. Now, that could change. But me as a person, I accomplish the most when I get 6 hours. And I get it now, because my doctor told me, he says, it might seem like you're accomplishing a lot when you're up 18 hours or 24 hours or 48 hours, but you're actually experiencing a lack of productivity because you're not doing your best work, number one. And on top of that, you're going to crash. It's going to catch up to you. And then you're going to do less work, and it's not going to be as good. So get those 6 hours of sleep, y'all. Or get those 8 hours of sleep, or those 4 hours, or 3 hours, whatever works for you. That's what I'm saying, whatever works for you. I know I mentioned this on the last podcast, but I need to mention this again because to me this is important. COVID's going around, y'all. I don't know if it's ever going to end. I had a doctor tell me that we're going to get it average of 10 times in our lives, whether we have the shot or not. Now, I got COVID twice. The first time I got it, I was over it in 3 days. The second time I got it, it's been a month and a half, and I'm still not fully over it because I didn't get the right medication. I wasn't treating myself right at the time, and it turned into a sinus infection. Now, I did speak with a doctor that studied mRNA for a very long time, the last 2 years, and she told me this is the best cure for it and the best prevention. Vitamin C, 500 IU. Vitamin D, 2,000. And ginseng, 30 milligrams. Hopefully I got that right. But check with me if I didn't, I'll let you know. And that's an opinion, by the way, that's by her. But she did say this. Since she's been doing it, in 1 year, she has not missed 1 day of work in 1 year since she has been doing this. So guys, it must be doing something, right? It must be working for her because she's a doctor and she's around COVID patients and she's around people with the flu and with all types of things. So let's go back to old school. Vitamins, water, working out. That's even if it's walking, swimming. Just a light workout 4 days a week. Just move around a little bit. You don't have to get up and do CrossFit or weights or anything like that. I do calisthenics. I do some push-ups. I jog a little bit. I walk. I go swimming. Just live a balanced life. And again, I'm telling myself. I'm not preaching. I am telling myself. Man. There's one more thing I really wanted to talk about, and I always bring up AI. I'm a dork, I know. But listen, the big thing going on with AI right now that I want y'all to be weary of is deepfakes and also these prank calls. So y'all might know ChatGPT 4 or ChatGPT 3. Y'all might be aware of it, but maybe your mom or your grandmother's not. So remember those calls that were happening that people were pretending to be people in the family and scamming people out of money? Well, think of that times 10 with ChatGPT or ChatGPT 4. Now imagine getting a call from a loved one that sounded like that loved one, said that they were that loved one, and knew everything about that loved one, and was making pretend they were in jail or asking for money. Obviously, your first reaction would be give money. There's going to be a lot of things like that, y'all. Keep your eye out for that. Question everything. Call that loved one. Do what you have to do. For now, question everything. That's all I'm going to say about with AI, okay? And I don't think there's much more to talk about, man. We said a lot on this podcast. I don't like to keep them that long because I like to keep y'all's attention. And I don't have a long attention span. I'm telling you. So what I want y'all to keep an eye on is AI. All this deep fake shit. I want you to keep an eye on the border, everything that's going on with Texas. I want you to keep an eye on Berner and Cookies and a new song, Stars. I want you to keep an eye on Khalifa, Kush. I want you to keep an eye on Chief Carts. I want you to keep an eye on Tragic America. I love y'all and have a blessed week.